So this episode is all about tires, and we're going to be getting into it right after this. I'd like to be concise and keep it to one topic, but everything is related when it comes to tires. So the main thing we're going to be doing is I got the TyMate tire pressure monitoring system, and we're going to be installing this. But to give you a little bit of background to the story of our tires, when we first started traveling back in 2019, we had a flat on our way back to Arizona. We drove on it a little while because we didn't realize the tire was flat. Now, the way these tires are set up, it never really rode on the rim, so we didn't see any damage other than the fact that it picked up a nail. So we had it repaired. Mistake number one. Now, mind you, the tires were brand new, and we actually went a whole nother almost 2 years past that before we had our second issue with the exact same tire, where we had the blowout last year in Oklahoma. As you remember, as well as I was inspecting the damage the tire may have done, I discovered that the leaf spring hanger was cracked and broken, so that had to be replaced. I'm going through all of this because of a major issue. Because that leaf spring hanger was bent, the other wheel was bent as well. Technically, I should have good enough tread to last one more season, which was my initial plan. But as I was inspecting the tires just the other day, I noticed that the rear tire on the left side, because it had been riding at a slight angle, was worn to where the inside tread was flat. Which brings us to this dilemma. We cannot take that tire and turn it into a spare. If I move the spare to that end just so I try to get another year out of these tires, I'm going to wind up having to buy a new tire anyway for the spare. All around, it's just an ugly situation. And what price do you put on safety? So what we're going to be doing is, when we pull out of here on Monday, we're going to be heading over to the discount tire shop. They're going to put on 4 brand new Goodyear Endurance tires on the rig. The new tire we got last summer in Oklahoma will become our spare because it's the newest tire out of what's left. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and unpack and start to install the TyMate tire pressure monitoring system. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box. So we've got some instructions. We've got the quick install pressure monitor user's manual. I think this has to do with mounting. I'll have to take a look and see how that works. The system we got actually comes with 6 sensors. They do make a TyMate that has 4 sensors and just the receiver that sits on your dash. Well, as I was reading the instructions, you need to be at least, I don't remember, they said 34, 35 feet from the rear tire to the dashboard to where the receiver is going to mount for it to work properly. We were 1 foot too long. Once again, what price do you put on safety? So I decided, okay, get the next model up that has a relay that goes between, that will relay the information on to the receiver. So that's why we have 6 sensors, because the one with the relay has 6 tires. We're only going to be using 4. Mounting screws and wire. Here's the main receiver unit, and here is the relay. This is what's going to be going between, probably in the front cap, because I believe this has to hook up to batteries. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and install the relay, and I'm not going to put the monitors on. We'll do that as soon as they put the tires on. We'll put those on, and then you got to drive about 10 miles or so before everything syncs up. So when we get to Las Vegas, after we get this stuff installed at the tire shop, we'll be good from there. So we'll go ahead and start the install on the TyMate. All right, as I was looking at the quick start guide and it was explaining installation, it looked pretty simple until it got to the repeater. Basically, it shows the repeater plugging in behind the back rear tire. That doesn't make any sense, because that repeater is an antenna to help boost the signal to the cab of the truck. So I went online and I found some more information I'm going to share with you. And basically where this thing is going to be going I'm going to be putting the repeater in the front cap of the truck where the batteries are. Now unfortunately this is not spread enough, and I don't want to try stripping this away for the sake of battery cables. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of things. I have the same gauge wire, which this actually has their test leads. They have alligator clips on them. I don't need the alligator clips, and this thing is actually cheaper than if I bought the wire. I mean, this was like $2, and buying the roll of wire, I had to buy large rolls, which I'm never going to need, was like $8 a piece. So here I could keep red and black, and I'll be fine there. I got some splice connectors to splice everything together, and then I got 2 alligator clips. And the alligator clips are going to be great because when we're not driving and we're just parked, I can unhook this thing and it won't draw any power from the battery. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together. Basically just need to mount this up on the back wall and feed it through. I have some holes on the side where the batteries are, and that'll allow me to connect these directly to the battery. This is just a big yellow box that I installed to hold the 3 batteries that we've got. So let's go ahead and get this thing mounted on the side and fed through. So red to red, black to black, and that should basically do it. We are plugged into shore power right now, so there shouldn't be an issue. If ever, the good idea about using this system, if we ever do boondock and we're going to be parked anywhere for a while, I can disconnect that while we're camping so it doesn't put any extra drain on the battery. So let's go ahead and see how the receiver mounts in the truck. So the receiver is going to be able to mount right on the dash. There's a dash mounting pad that we'll use to attach it. The first time though, we do need to charge it fully with a charging cord. After that, solar should keep it up and running. So I'll probably have it right about there. If it ever does run down, we have a lot of places in here I can plug it in to charge it up, or we can just charge it like the night before we travel. It is Monday morning. We are getting ready to pull out. 8 a.m. I'm not putting you on camera. I don't even want me on camera. Yeah, Dawn's giving me one of these. No. Yeah, so basically, we both are fighting a cold. And yes, we have a travel day. So that kind of happens. Life happens. So we're saying goodbye to Sunflower, saying goodbye to this spot. When we come back, we'll be at a different spot. But here it is, May 2nd, and we won't be back here till mid-October. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff ahead of us. So anyways, yeah, we just got to get over this cold. But all packed up, and I just got a few last things to do. And remember, we do have to go. Oh, I got some spider webs to knock down. Yeah. Getting new tires on the rig today, and then getting the TyMate monitor put on, and then we'll be on our way to Las Vegas. So next stop, tire shop. Beeping. So apparently it's recognizing the pressure sensors. And next stop will be Las Vegas. I know, I gotta get to my burger. Oh, it looks good.
You need to eat it.
I'm gonna go ahead and head inside, finish paperwork, do what I need to do. Are you ready to go, buddy?
Okay, the final follow-up on the TyMate. It worked great. It did everything it's supposed to do. It gave me warnings when the pressure got too high. The only problem is I need to reset it. I was going to do it this morning after I got up, but then I realized I cannot reset the pressure because after a certain amount of time, the sensors on the tires, if you don't travel, will automatically shut down. And when they start rolling again, that activates. It tells them, hey, we need to work now, so they start working again. So I cannot go in and do that setting on here because of that. But to be honest, it's real simple. There's a set button in the middle, button on the left as you're looking at it. This button over here is basically on, off, and then when you go to set pressure up or down, it's the minus. The button in the middle you would press to allow you to set pressures up and down, and then you get the plus and the minus. So that's basically a real simple setup. If I go to press it right now, it'll light up and you'll see. But what's going to happen is there's no sensors because the wheels have to be rolling. So I'm going to end it here. I don't think that's that important. What is important though, tires know what your pressure should be. Now in a resting state, they are about 85 PSI, 86 PSI I believe is what they were set at. That means that they could get as high as about 90. So I'm going to set this to be 91. If it's 91 or higher, it's basically going to alert me. And I'm going to set the low to about 70, maybe 75, 70. So if the tire pressure drops below 75, it's going to alert me. And it's already going to let me know, it's built in to let me know if it gets too hot. So that's it for this episode. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell, let you know whenever we post every Sunday at 2. Facebook, Instagram, you know the rest. Anyways, yeah, until next time, safe travels.